Hello, everyone. This is Sweaty Zeus, and this is going to be the mana flask upgrades for Chapter 3 in Wuchang Fallen Feathers. We've got one video for each chapter. On this one, we're going to start off with a Lost Remains, and it's going to be at Battlefield Pass, which sounds like a pass you purchased for the game Battlefield, like the online shooter. I don't know why, it just made me laugh. But we're going to run down this way, run through here real quick, or you can sneak up. There'll be a guy there to your right casting Despair. You can go through the other tunnel. I think it's just up ahead on the right from where we ducked in, and sneak up behind him and take him out if you want as well. But otherwise, you can just run through there real quick or eat some of those items that cure Despair. Next one's going to be a Forgotten Remembrance at Avian Marsh. So this one, it shows as behind Avian Dwelling, but Avian Dwelling, or I mean ahead of Avian Dwelling as far as the order. But we're going to get the one there next. So we got to get this one first. Looks like it's out of order, but it's not. I kept waiting, by the way, for like these other elemental temperings you can do. I kept thinking like a boss would drop them, but I didn't realize it was in the skill tree. I was like kind of ignoring that part of the skill tree. There'll be a clam here. You can see him sticking up that pops up. So just be ready to dodge him. Right there. He's not too tough though. So more despair going on here. This part's really not much fun at all. And this, I think, was would be a caster to throwing spells in at you. You can hear that big flower spell falling. But yeah, you want to be able to mitigate the curse, despair, which they'll cast on you a lot in this area, and it's really easy to die quick. These guys give me a lot of trouble, by the way. I don't know what it is about their moveset, but they just seem to give me a lot of trouble. Alright, well I cut most of that out because it was embarrassing how much I healed. I think I healed like 3 times during that. So we're going to run up around this way. And I'm showing across the shortcut, but if you just continue that path we were on, you'll work your way around to right here where you kick that down. There's basically not a lot in between. There's just fight like, I think like 2 guys on the way. But this is what we're looking for, this cave right here. So I cut because this is actually the first time I found it. I didn't want to go through this whole shit again. This one was not fun. So you can see my despair building up. But you don't have to eat anything. Just run over to this area where the ball rolls down, and it'll stop it flicking you, and you should be fine. There's a lot of shit up in here. We're getting blighted, and like, if you break these little barrels, they'll cast more blight on you. And see those? There's a guy up there casting, but there's these things on the roof that drop like blight down on you. So just be careful. But these guys are spawning in ads the whole time, so just run up here to this dude, smoke him real quick, and then they'll all vanish. So this is actually the room right here. If you go back down, it took me forever to figure this out, or what felt like forever. We're gonna go here to our left. I was looking out. That's the guy who drops the stuff on you. And I stood here for a second looking for him, and he despaired me real quick. So you just want to drop right down and get right after it. He's gonna be right there. Popped an item. You'll see a lot of these guys from this area and on. They're a real pain in the ass. Here it is. Wrong side. This one is a Forgotten Remembrance. Next one's going to be at Avian Dwelling, which you'll find just not far after where we just were. And you'll connect here with a shortcut that you'll kick down this tree. This one's real easy to miss. It's not hard to find, but it is easy to miss. So right when you come across here, whoop, turn the wrong way, I think. Yep. Right over there, you'll see these guys fighting. And there will be a ladder to go down right there where they're fighting. And that will be our next one. And that one is a Lost Remains. There'll be another dude down here, one of those blight spitters. Yeah. And right behind the ladder is the Lost Remains. There should be the white robed elder guy up there somewhere. I didn't ever see him on my playthrough, but I saw somebody else running through here, and they ran right past him. So I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't finish his dialogue somewhere or something. So this one, there's a lot of shortcuts in this area. I'm just going to show you the actual first path. Once you get in here, you're going to go this way. And I'll show you a couple of ladders you can drop down along the way. I really like the level design in this game. This area is probably my least favorite. One thing I don't like when they do in games is like repeat the like this is the same building you go through like 5 times, but each one, has like different levels and doors blocked and stuff, so they're all different. But I never liked that in games as much as just designing different buildings. I mean, I know why they did it here because it is part of the aesthetic, but I'm gonna take him out, and then we'll drop this ladder. Actually, there's a despair guy in here too. So you can kind of dash around behind here and avoid it. As long as you're not line of sight, you won't be taking despair build up. Go ahead and throw on our despair items. Trying to break his posture, but I don't know why that didn't work. I was listening to a podcast when I played this part, so I apologize. No audio. Not that you really need it, but this is actually a really long one, by the way. So here's the ladder. You want to kick that down, and that'll lead right up to where we spawned in. And we're going to go up this ladder. There's going to be a little bamboo shoot guy up here. So just be ready for him. There's 2 cannon guys. He'll run towards them, and they'll try to hit you. So just be ready to dodge as you chase him. He should be fine. He's right around this corner. See if we can sneak up on him. There he is. Trying to lock onto him, but it keeps locking onto the guy down there. All right, dodge. Okay, we're good. Got him. Now you guys try to cower. You're going to get it for shooting at me. Little turds. And you give me some might build up. Nope. I didn't have enough health to even do that. So there's a bunch of these casters in here around this fire. I think there's, 3 of them? Yeah, 3 of them. You don't really need to mess with them. I don't know why when I came through here I did, but we'll fast forward it a little bit. You will have to fight the guy in the next area, I think. Well, I guess you could run past him too. It'd be a little more difficult, but it's one of those fire guys we hadn't seen since way back, early in the game. This one does ice though. More of an elemental caster. So you could alternate between both. There we go. I'll speed that up too. Alright, we'll go up this ladder. Like I said, this is a long one. We're getting close, so. Good thing is you should build up a bunch of mercury through here. I think I'm like level 70 at this point. Somewhere right around there. Maybe 75. I'm curious too, as far as these lost remembrances go, I think, we'll have had 15 done at the end of this video. And we're right about level 75, somewhere around there. So there's 22 total that I know of that have been found so far, that I've found and other people have found. So I'm sure that's probably the amount. But I'm curious to what the final level roughly will be at. Oops. I'm not very good at dodging those. Too impatient. I really didn't have to go this way, actually. Just run through it. I'll be alright. I took a wrong turn. Yeah, we want to go up here. Go across here. And run around the front. There'll be another fire guy in here. Do not want to die to him because it's a long run back. Oh, wow. I don't know what happened there, but that was nice. 1,600 damage. Didn't look like anything explosive hit him. I don't know why that did so much damage. That was crazy. Anyways, right here, it's going to be a Forgotten Remembrance. Next one's at the refugee camp. Which, this is hilarious. I totally missed this area. I said in one of the last ones, Wuchang moves. I didn't know where. He's at the refugee camp. But what happened is, when you get to that bridge and you meet your friend, you can either go down the ladder, which goes to the Avian area, or you can go to the, the refugee camp. And I never checked the refugee camp. I just went the other way and totally forgot about that bridge. So I didn't realize, but both the merchants were there until I finished the Avian area, and then I ran into them, and I was like, "Oh shit! I could have talked to you guys the whole time." Because I think in the last episode I was talking about, when you finish Cloud Spire, I don't know where they go after that, but I just missed them. So there's one of those bird guys in here. I'm just gonna run past him to the ladder. And there will be a mini boss, I think right before, to unlock the door to get into the refugee camp. He's not too bad. I think I beat him second try. It really wasn't that bad. Normally I record the bosses, but I didn't know he was coming. And so like what happens is usually I'll die a few times and start recording. But I was like, I didn't realize he was coming. I was about out of health, so he took me out real quick. Here's another despair guy. You want to take him out real fast. But he took me out real quick, and then I was like, oh, let me try one more, try to fill his moves out, and I beat him. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not recording that one. Alright, so we're drop down this way. There's also another area just up ahead. Here's another one of the despair guys. There's an area just up ahead that it's going to have those little, like, green and purple little lights that denote like a invisible bridge, like there was back early in the game near Shoe Sanctum. There's one up ahead here, and I think it leads to another one of those doors that has the questions and the little riddles. So I haven't checked that out yet. I forgot to come back and do it. Here's a shortcut we can drop down. Alright, so once you get that taken care of, there's the invisible bridge. We're gonna go across here. There's a bird. I can grab him before I forget. I don't know why I did that. Did not mean to. And we got another one of those guys just up ahead. I just want to prepare for him so I don't have to run back again. Now we got the drop on him. It really does a lot of the work for you when you surprise them like that. Alright, we're gonna go down here. And this one down here, I said it's the last earlier just now, but there's one more after this I just found. But this one's gonna be Lost Remains. Alright, and after you pick up that Lost Remains, we actually have one more. It's gonna be back where the door was. The little, secret door. It's over this elevator that I showed you just a little bit ago. We're going to take it back up so you can use that point as a point of reference or a shortcut, obviously. And then we're going to go right out here where we just were. That's that bridge we just went across to the last area. We're going to go back out here. Be really careful on these because there's not too much room to walk, like outside the kind of line of sight of these things. So I just used that little top of my hat to kind of line up and walk straight towards it. Some of these are angled. They're not, right angle. It's hard to explain what I'm saying, but you have to basically walk straight towards whatever you're looking at. And then there's a little item I already picked up, but it was there on the last one. Since I died here, they afflicted me with despair. So this time what I'm going to do is try to take one out from distance. There we go. You don't want both of them looking at you because it will afflict fast. And there's a dog too who afflicts it as well. First time I tried to run in and use those consumables to get it lowered, and you really can't consume them fast enough and fight them. So I recommend just taking one out from distance. You can run over here and pick up the last forgotten remembrance, and that will do it for this chapter. Thanks for watching.